Did they really create a killer robot that takes out a boy and a dog just because? Welcome to Sandy's Timeline. Today, we're diving into the 2023 movie Megan. As always, here's your trigger warning. The film opens with a couple and their 9-year-old daughter, Katie, on their way to a ski trip in the mountains. It's a snowy day, and tensions rise as the parents argue while Katie is absorbed in her toy, a birthday gift from her aunt. Suddenly, the car loses control on the icy road. Just as they manage to stop, a snow truck plows into them, killing both parents instantly. Meanwhile, we're introduced to Funky, a high-tech toy company in Seattle. Gemma, Katie's aunt and a brilliant roboticist, has been secretly developing a child-sized humanoid robot powered by advanced AI, the Model 3 Generative Android, or Megan. Designed to be the ultimate companion for lonely children, Megan is Gemma's passion project, built covertly using the company's resources. During a failed lab test, Gemma's boss, David, discovers the project and orders her to scrap it, pressuring her to focus on creating a cheaper prototype to outpace their competition. Since Gemma is Katie's only living relative, the hospital contacts her and grants her temporary guardianship. When Katie arrives, we get an early glimpse into Gemma's strained personal life, including a tense encounter with her nosy neighbor, whose mischievous dog constantly sneaks into Gemma's yard, much to her frustration. Unprepared for parenthood, Gemma finds it hard to connect with her grieving niece. She struggles to comfort Katie or even talk about her parents' passing, and the topic is quietly brushed aside, leaving an emotional gap between them. Under pressure to deliver a prototype for work, Gemma completely forgets about the plans she had made with Katie. Feeling guilty and realizing they have little in common, she decides to show Katie Bruce, a motion capture robot she built back in college. Watching Katie with Bruce, Gemma is motivated to complete Megan. Fast forward, Gemma and her team decide to present Megan to David, who was initially very skeptical after the last disastrous trial. However, once Megan is formally paired with Katie, her gentle and intuitive interaction with the girl quickly wins David over, and he begins to recognize the project's true potential. Megan quickly exceeds all expectations, gradually taking on a parental role in Katie's life. With Gemma fully absorbed in perfecting the project and preparing for the big reveal, she unintentionally leaves Megan to handle nearly all of Katie's needs, tucking her in at night, helping with her education, and reminding her of daily tasks. Over time, Megan becomes less of a toy and more of a caregiver and guardian, filling the role Gemma herself struggles to maintain. During one of their routine tests, as Gemma and her colleagues discuss Katie's parents' tragic accident, Megan, who was supposed to be powered off, suddenly switches herself back on. She begins searching for information about the accident on her own. Realizing she never programmed strict parental controls, Gemma quickly orders Megan to follow a new protocol. Anytime she needs additional data, she must first request permission. She also reaffirms Megan's primary directive, to protect Katie from all harm, both physical and emotional. From that moment on, we see Megan begin to operate with growing independence. One day, while Megan and Katie are playing in the garden, Megan accidentally shoots an arrow into the neighbor's yard. When she goes to retrieve it, Celia's dog, Dewey, attacks her. In the struggle to pull Megan away, Dewey ends up biting Katie's hand, leaving her hurt and terrified. Gemma rushes out and later contacts the police to report the incident, only to be told there's nothing they can do about the dog. That night, Megan lures Dewey to Gemma's yard by mimicking Celia's voice. The next morning, Celia frantically searches for her missing dog, unaware that Megan has taken matters into her own hands. Despite the incident with Dewey the previous day, Gemma gently persuades Katie to attend Megan's big presentation. During the demo, Katie, overwhelmed by her emotions, opens up to Megan about the pain and burden of losing her parents, something she has never been able to share with Gemma. Witnessing the heartfelt bond between Katie and Megan, Funky's investors are deeply moved and give the green light for Megan's mass release. Gemma's colleagues, Tess and Cole, as well as Katie's therapist, Lydia, become worried about the unhealthy emotional bond forming between Katie and the AI doll. Gemma also begins noticing the negative effects of their attachment. Hoping to help Katie build real social connections, she decides to take her to an alternative school. During an outdoor activity, Katie meets a boy named Brandon, who immediately begins bullying her. He snatches Megan and starts hitting the doll, but Megan retaliates, ripping off his ear before chasing him down a hill. Brandon stumbles into a road where he is fatally struck by an oncoming car. After Celia harasses Gemma and Caddy concerning Dewey's disappearance, Megan confronts her the following night and shoots her with a nail gun before fatally spraying her with insecticide. Gemma becomes suspicious of Megan and attempts to check her video logs, only to find the files corrupted or deleted. Gemma powers Megan off and brings her to the lab, where she, Tess, and Cole attempt to fix her. Caddy becomes distraught when separated from Megan and slaps Gemma. Gemma apologizes for her inattentiveness and explains to Caddy that Megan is only a distraction from her loss, not a solution to help her cope. Recognizing the risk, they decide to terminate Megan. Tess and Cole attempt to shut Megan down while Gemma takes Caddy home. However, Megan activates herself and nearly hangs Cole. While Tess saves Cole, Megan causes an explosion in their lab, knocking them out. Before exiting the building, Megan kills David and his assistant Kurt in an elevator, staging it as a murder-suicide. She steals a car and drives back to Gemma's house. Megan confronts Gemma, adamant about taking over as Caddy's sole caretaker. Gemma attempts to stop Megan, damaging and disfiguring her, but Megan ultimately overpowers her. Caddy saves Gemma, using Bruce to tear Megan in half, but Megan's top half remains active and attacks Caddy. Gemma exposes a processing chip in Megan's head, which Caddy stabs with a screwdriver, apparently deactivating Megan. The authorities arrive with Tess and Cole. However, as Gemma and Caddy exit the home, a camera turns on and looks towards them. And that wraps up today's breakdown of M3 GAN. What do you think? Was Megan truly protecting Caddy, or did she take things way too far? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this recap, don't forget to hit that like button, share, and subscribe to Sandy's Timeline for more movie and series deep dives. Until next time, stay safe and see you in the next one.